Hello, my dear students and the rest of the learners. My name is Julius Meme. I want to welcome you to this presentation by the title, Introduction to ICT. In this presentation, we are going to learn about the meaning of ICT, the uses of ICT in an organization, the functions of ICT, ICT equipment and facilities found in an organization, and the impact of ICT in contemporary society. Welcome. What is the meaning of ICT? ICT is an acronym that stands for Information Communication Technology. Information is the processed facts that are meaningful to the user and is available where needed, when needed, and in the form that is wanted. While communication is the process of electronically transmitting information from the source to the destination through the network with the use of communication devices. Technology is the use of scientific knowledge, experience, and resources to create processes and products that fulfill human needs. Therefore, technology is vital in communication. Information communications technology, computerized electronic devices, and telecommunication infrastructure for the processing, storage, and dissemination of processed facts that are meaningful to the user. ICT is thus an umbrella term that includes any communication device or application associated with them. So, ICT is concerned with the storage, retrieval, manipulation, transmission, or receipt. It is also concerned with the way these different uses can work with each other. Modern information and communication technologies have created what we call a global village. This means that people can now communicate with others across the world as if they were living just next door. For this reason, ICT is often studied in the context of how modern communication technologies affect the society. So what are some of the uses of ICT in organizations? The following are the main application areas of ICT in organizations and its use. A, in supermarkets and retail stores to control the flow of stock and alerting the management when a particular item is running out of stock and need reordering. Number B, in offices for storing and retrieving information as well as processing of documents. Number C, in banks to automate cash deposit and withdrawal services. In G, with the use of automated teller machines, or what we acronym as ATM. D, in industries to monitor and control industrial processes, such as with the use of robots. Number E, in hospitals to keep records, helping in diagnosis and controlling life support machines in the intensive care unit. ICT is also used in transport to monitor and control vehicle traffic, air navigation, as well as making of reservations. Number G, in communication to facilitate and increase the speed with which information is transmitted and received around the world. ICT is also used in law enforcement agencies to help carry out criminal investigations in a fast and quick manner. In education, ICT is used to facilitate the teaching and learning process through the interaction with special programs. In addition, ICT is used in homes and in recreational venues for recreational activities, as well as for storing of information. We also find ICT being used in libraries to keep track of records of the books and other stationery, as well as other library materials. Similarly, ICT is used in government institutions to install government's records and also improve the efficiency of work within the civil service. Further, ICT is used in research by scientists, engineers, and architects to not only test, design, and redesign various processes, but also analyze experimental data. We also have ICT being used in commerce in order to make excellent electronic presentations and adverts on various business ideas and advertisements of varied products and services. In conclusion, ICT is applied in almost every sector of human life in the societies, organizations, as well as institutions that deal with various activities in the society. So what are the functions of ICT in organizations? The following are some of the main functions of ICT in organizations. Number one, ICT increases operational efficiency. Secondly, ICT enhances employee productivity. In addition, ICT improves customer service as well as increasing customer satisfaction. ICT is also very good in promoting effective decision-making within various organizations and institutions. Another function of ICT is that it enables in the development of competitive products, and ICT also enables strategic planning for future expansion. Therefore, when we speak about ICT in organizations or the application of ICT in organizations, we are referring to the application of various equipments and facilities for the purposes of management of information within the organization. And therefore, any equipment or facility found in an organization whose function is to assist in the management of information within that organization is seen to be an ICT equipment or facility. When you talk about management of information, we are saying that this is every activity that entails the collection of facts, the storage of those facts, processing of the facts, retrieval of facts, as well as dissemination and reception of the facts. And therefore, in an organization, we find various equipment and facilities. And some of those equipments or facilities include computers, modems, telephones, television, telex, fax, radios, satellites, photocopiers, printers, facsimile machines, cameras, amongst other related devices. For you to be able to get detailed descriptions of these and many more devices, you can search for these descriptions and the various videos posted in my YouTube channel by the name EMELISWAP Enterprises, and especially EMELISWAP ICT. From there, you'll be able to get detailed description of input devices, processing devices, storage devices, and output devices, which all form part of the ICT equipment and facilities. However, the following are some descriptions of some of those devices. Number one, computers. What is a computer, or what are computers? A computer is a programmable electronic device that accepts data and transforms it into information under the control of programs that have been stored in its own memory. It is said to be electronic because it utilizes small or tiny electrical signals or currents that flow through its circuitry to perform various operations. Photocopiers. A photocopier is a device used to directly obtain a paper, copy of a document, and other visual images quickly and cheaply from the original with photographic detail. A photocopier is also known as copier or copy machine. Most current photocopiers use a technology that is called xerography. Xerography is a dry process that uses electrostatic charges on a light-sensitive photoreceptor to first attract and then transfer toner particles in form of powder onto paper in the form of an image. Telephone. This is a device which permits people to hold an audio and text conversation and directly hear each other while they are far apart. A telephone converts human voice into electronic signals that are transmitted through cables or other transmission media over long distances and replace such signals simultaneously in audible form to the recipient. Telephones, such as the smartphones, are able to record audio messages, send and receive text messages or video, take photographs, play games and music, surf the net, navigate the road network, as well as immerse the user in virtual reality. Facsimile machines. These machines are also called fax machines, telecopying or telefax. A facsimile machine is a telephonic transmission of scanned printed material, both text and images, normally to a telephone number that is connected to a printer or other output device. The original document is scanned with a fax machine or a telecopier, which processes the contents, that is the text or images, as a single fixed graphic image, converting it into a bitmap, and then transmitting it through the telephone system in the form of audio frequency tones. The receiving fax machine interprets the tones and reconstructs the image, printing a paper copy. Printers. A printer is a peripheral device which makes a persistent, human-readable representation of graphics or text on paper or similar physical media. These are devices that are used to present and store all kinds of information on paper through a certain printing mechanism that make use of either ink, heat elements, or a laser beam to write information on a paper. Television set. It is also called a television receiver, a TV set, a TV, or just telly. A television set is a device that combines a tuner, display, and loudspeakers for the purpose of viewing information and receiving news broadcasted from various broadcasting channels. Data and information is transmitted by a TV channel. In the same way, the channel is used to broadcast conversational TV programs. The most common types of data that are transmitted via a TV channel include teletext, also called CFAX, and video text, also called view data. Radio. This is a device which makes use of radio waves to carry information in form of sound by modulating some properties of the electromagnetic energy waves transmitted through the air. When radio waves strike electrical conductors, the oscillating fields induce an alternating current in that conductor, thus extracting the information in those waves and transforming it back into its original form. The electromagnetic wave is intercepted by a receiving antenna by tuning it. Therefore, the radio receiver receives its input from the tuned antenna and converts it into a form usable for the consumer, such as sound, pictures, digital data, measurement values, navigational positions, and many more. What are the impact of ICT in contemporary society? ICT is used in many ways and it's indispensable in our modern lives. The use of ICT has both good and bad effects in our society. An impact is therefore a positive or a negative effect emanating from the use of ICT. The following are therefore some positive impacts of ICT in our society. Number one, it has led to creation of new jobs for those who are ICT literate. Some jobs that have been created as a direct result of ICT use are in the areas such as research, design, manufacturing, programming, maintenance, communication, education, consultation, marketing, and security, amongst others. Secondly, ICT has also made jobs more accessible to the physically challenged persons. Number three, it has led to automation, which has enabled companies to downsize and remain competitive, profitable, and efficient. Number four, ICT has enabled organizations to commit themselves to improving and satisfying customer needs continuously because organizations are able to gather accurate customer data and use that data to make accurate and timely decisions pertaining to them. Number five, ICT has changed the way people do their jobs because they are now able to work from anywhere through their laptops and keep in touch with their clients or customers. Therefore, with the use of ICT, people are able to work while away from their normal working places and outside normal working hours. Number 6, ICT has also helped in the reduction of accidents in sectors such as mining and in chemical production, where much work is potentially hazardous to human beings and it's thus performed and executed by robots instead of human beings. Number 7, ICT has enabled medical automation that offers a great assistance in the areas of automatic diagnosis, electrocardiogram, screening, and monitoring. Number 8, it has also led to alternate and standardized electronic transactions between retailers and their suppliers, thus enabling business transactions to be carried out electronically. Number 9, people are now able to make bookings for airlines and hotels while still in their homes at the click of a button, which has facilitated and eased the time used to be wasted while doing this activity physically. Number 10, there has also been a great reduction in accidents that used to occur due to proper and automated traffic, air, and ship control using computers. As we all know, anything that has positive impacts has also negative impacts in equal measure. The following are therefore some of the negative impacts of ICT in the society. Number A, it has led to replacement of the ICT illiterate with those with designed computer skills, while also rendering redundant some clerical repetitive tasks that required a large number of employees. This therefore means that with the application of ICT, there has been loss of jobs to those that do not know how to make use of ICT to execute their tasks. Number B, it leads to frustration for those people who think that ICT is the magic box to solutions for all their problems after they realize that ICT may not solve all their problems after all. Number C, it has led to some health problems, which we refer to as ICT, work-related disorders, when not used ergonomically. Some of these health problems include repetitive strain injury, computer vision syndrome, lower back pain, electromagnetic emissions, computer chip toxin, isolation, technostress, computer addiction, tendonitis, amongst other related health problems. Number D, it has led to pollution of the environment due to its high energy consumption, radiation, paper consumption, and the way it is disposed. But E, it has made many ICT literate people to have poor communication skills that require the traditional standards of grammar, spelling, and punctuation due to too much dependency and dependent on word processors. Number F, it has become an impediment to the development of normal team working relationships in organizations, since team members are literally faceless as a result of over-reliance on ICT for communication. Number G, over-reliance on ICT can sometimes render organizations to a complete fail because viruses can infect software and destroy data with disastrous effects on individuals and organizations. Therefore, without a backup plan, institutions affected by an ICT failure for an extended period of time can cease to function properly. H, ICT has changed the lives of the users negatively by allowing some users to engage themselves in computer crimes, which have led to moral degradation. ICT has also led to sophisticated cyber crimes by computer specialists committing unlawful deeds using ICT. Some of such crimes include data manipulation, data theft, eavesdropping, industrial espionage, piracy, fraud, sabotage, amongst others. We have therefore come to the end of this topic on Introduction to ICT. Congratulations for choosing to acquire computer or ICT knowledge and skills from us through our YouTube channel by the name EMELISWAP ICT. You can search for more computer ICT topics from EMELISWAP ICT YouTube channel. In addition, you can search for life skills and motivational topics from our other YouTube channel by the name EMELISWAP Enterprises International. Kindly click on the subscribe button and hit the notification bell in both of the YouTube channels for current updates from both channels. In case you need additional information or correspondence, you can write it to us through emeliswap@gmail.com. Thank you very much for listening to me and be blessed as you strive to learn more about ICT in the society and ICT applications. Thank you.